Welcome to the Victor Hill Show. I can't stand when I do that. Oh, that gets on my nerves. Welcome to the Victor Hill Show. If you're watching, thank you so much for coming on live. Do me a favor and like the video and give me one comment. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, I will not be able to see your comments unless you come to YouTube, all right? All right, let's get into the title or the topic of today. Positive deposits, transform your life and elevate your soul. I'm going to put this full screen graphic up real quick because I just wanted you guys to see the kind of, you see this lady, she is inundated, surrounded by the wealth that she has created from her own consciousness. Yikes. She is relaxed. She is in a zone by her own consciousness. And let me just say this off gate. Life is going to life. I think the best example of that is one of the community members, Thomas Bristow, during the live broadcast, asked about, people who get sick. And can you say they were thinking negative because they contracted a terminal illness? And I said, I can't say that. All I can say is that life is like a game of spades. And you really have to play your hand how it's dealt to you. So the status of your life does not have to be the status of your soul. You can create peace around you and in you, amongst you, when there can possibly be chaos and turmoil all around you. You heard? And so I wanted to just start the show off by highlighting this image beside me, because that is the space that we want to be. In spite of what's going on, I'm at peace. It reminds me of the song, "It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul." Anyway, all right, let's get into it. We've been talking about a shift in consciousness, aligning ourselves to the vision that's in our head. And I wanted to give you some life hacks, some practical tips on how to do that, how to continue that movement towards your vision every single day. And you guys already know, inch by inch, piece by piece. Yesterday, we talked about the snowball effect, just inching our way to greatness. My therapist used to say, and I'm not going to be ad-libbing a lot, I'm going to say this and get off. My therapist used to say that I used to try to eat the whole elephant at one time. And she would say, slow down, slow down. Just take chunks off. Just take bits and pieces off. Don't try to eat the whole elephant. So let's get into it. Number one, what are you thinking? What are you literally? What are you thinking? More importantly, what are you thinking during your downtime? So today, those of you guys know I work in the school system and these children are doing testing. And so I spend 2 hours in this room and 1 hour and 45 minutes of that time walking around while the room is completely silent, making sure these kids don't cheat. So while I have this moment to not be talking, I made sure I was monitoring my thinking. A lot of times we don't realize that we are adding to the negativity in our life and adding to the chaos in our life by the freeform thinking that we have. You ever caught yourself thinking negative? Like you just be sitting at your desk and you go into this long negative mind movie of the worst case scenario. You got like you get an email from your supervisor that says, hey, I want you to come to my office for a meeting at 3 p.m. And from that moment forward, you're just over and over and over in your head thinking of the worst case scenario. It's time now to start practicing thinking on purpose and building that muscle in our mind that thinks positive on demand, or actually just in cruise control positivity. And so what I was saying today to myself was, I am planted in the right soil. I am planted in the right soil. I am planted in the right soil. And I just said it over and over and over again. Why? Because I'm planted in the right soil. I could have been thinking about anything. But right now, and forevermore, to be honest, I am intent-filled on shifting my consciousness from one space to the next space to the next space. So I'm going to use the time where I don't really have anything in particular to think about and fill myself up with intention, fill myself up with purpose. I am planted in the right soil. I am planted in the right soil. I will not plant myself in any soil that doesn't create the best experience for me. And I said it over and over and over and over and over again. I think I probably said it maybe 45 minutes of the hour and 45 minutes I was there. So the first thing, what are you thinking? And do me a favor, if you have found value thus far, we've been up here for a little bit, about 10 minutes or so, about 9 minutes. If you have found value, make sure you like the video and leave me a comment and let me know you're here. And so number one, what are you thinking? Start controlling your thoughts for the purpose of vision manifestation. Number two, what is your internal dialogue? Which is sort of the same thing, but it's sort of, it's opposite. The conversation that you are having to you. That's one, I'm going to be honest, I have to catch myself a lot because I'll find myself telling myself that, oh, you can't go. Are you sure you want to do that? You sure you want to do this? Yeah, exactly, Carissa Boone. As a man thinketh, so is he. One of the scriptures that I lean on a lot in the Christian Bible is a scripture. If you confess with your mouth and believe in your heart that Christ is raised from the dead, you shall be saved. And of course, that is a bit of a mantra that Christians use to, I guess, initiate somebody into Christianity. But when I read that scripture, I read it differently. I read that if I align my internal heart, my internal mechanism with what comes out of my mouth, I can change my whole world. By confessing what I believe in my heart, everything gonna change. So I am in the practice of meditating on a one thing, hyper-focusing on one positive thing and just depositing, because I didn't really lay the framework for this conversation. I like to look at it as I'm putting a deposit in my soul's bank account. We go through the day. I had a conversation today that made me sad. Y'all know I like to be honest. I had a conversation today that really made me sad and put me in my emotions. And then I had a production meeting. I told y'all I was done with production. I don't know how I ended in this meeting. And it's different. I had the meeting, but it's totally different. I'm in a new space. But I had to do some follow-ups and some stuff because I'm closing doors. And I'm the kind of person, I don't like to leave my clients wide open. I like to leave my clients in good space. So I got some meetings I got to do and emails I got to send to make sure the door is already closed. Hated it. And some other things that happened that if you look at it from deposit and withdrawals could have taken away. So at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, have I made more deposits in my soul than I have allowed withdrawals? Ooh. So instead of policing yourself, oh my God, I can't believe I thought negative. More, think of it like this. Have I thought more positive today than I have thought negative? Have I been more intent-filled than I have been purposeless? So when you are just taking those moments where you're just thinking on the same thing, I am planted in good soul. I am planted in good soul. I am planted in good soul. You are depositing into your space that you're meditating on. All right? Hey, Vernita, how you doing? Make sure you guys like and comment. So we talked about your thoughts. Now that internal dialogue. I started talking back. Everybody want to be sass mouth to everybody else but yourself. I sass mouth. Now let me keep it honest. Oh, I gotta go live today at 10:30. Oh, here we go. I gotta go live today at 5:00. All right, because I was supposed to be live today, but then I have a bad habit of overextending myself, and I was exhausted. I moved yesterday from 7 a.m. all the way until midnight, straight yesterday, nonstop, no breaks. I should have known I was not going to be in a space at 5 o'clock to do the live show, but I get excited. Sorry. So I wake up at 5:15 because I took a nap, and I'm saying to myself, oh my God. See, that's why these people ain't going to want to come on the show because, see, you're breaking your word already. And these people got to believe and trust in you. Immediately, I wake up saying that internal dialogue. And I said to myself, that's not true. They'll come on at 10:30. I've told them already that if I don't come on at 5, look for me at 10:30. So you see the difference between one is missioning your mind to think towards the space you want to go to. And one is counteracting, I think that's the word I want to use, countering that negative internal dialogue. You walk in, let's say you walk on the elevator with your coworkers and you automatically start telling yourself, they're more educated than you. Or they're making more, look at them. Their life is so good. Why can't your life be like that? And you have to, I talk back. And I said to myself, what are you talking about? You know how blessed you are? You're the best looking thing on this elevator right now. You know how much harder people have to work to live the life you have? and I remind myself of the truth. All right. Number 3, what are you speaking out of your mouth? I made a joke today. And I'm not talking about this kind of fake, I'm not sick, when snot running down your nose and your blood pressure up. You sick. Admit it. Get well so you can move on. Stop playing with yourself. That killed me. I ain't trying to speak it into existence. Your sugar is high, baby girl. You're not speaking anything to an existence. It exists. You eat too much pies and cake, all right? So stop this kind of, I ain't trying to speak it into existence when it's sitting in your face. And if you really wanted to be in that space, then why don't you speak health towards it? Why don't you speak, be more realistic with it? Write down a plan and speak that plan out loud. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. What are you speaking out of your mouth? I made a joke today because there's this C-lister, maybe F-lister in Atlanta that owes a friend some money. And I said to him, I said, that nigga ain't got no money. He around here scratching pennies with us. And as soon as I said that, I felt a pain in my heart. And I tried to fix it real quick because I'm not scratching pennies. No, literally, I'm not. So why in the world would I make a joke like that when that's not true? When I know within my heart, my goal is to break a financial cap in 2023. Now, I'm a jokester all day, and I joke probably. Those that are really close and intimate with me say I joke too much and push the line. But there got to come a time when you get so serious about your evolution that you'll just stop. You ain't going to say that out your mouth. And what that lets me know is there's still some poverty running around in me. Because if that wasn't the case, I probably would have said it without conviction. But that came from a place I probably internally, subconsciously think it's true. Mm-hmm. And so you got to, if you're going to be committed to evolution, you also have to be honest with yourself. Man, I want to talk about security, but I'm not because I don't want to ad lib. But y'all, all right. What are you watching? Now, again, I don't want you to equate what I'm saying today, this teaching today, with this kind of religious, and they're watching Beyonce. No. I'm talking about, the areas in your life that you are focusing on right now so that you can lift your conscience exhaustively. Okay, let me give you an example. You already know you got a bad attitude and you pops off easily. I mean, pops off. Just maybe you should back up on the reality TV shows where they always fighting for now. You see what I'm saying? Like, what are you actually putting in your eyes? Are you feeding the part of you that you would like to be better? You understand what I'm saying? Yes. Carissa Boone says, have I made more healthy deposits in my soul than I've withdrawn? Excellent teaching. And then Smart Guy 1016 says, poor consciousness is still there. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I said I wasn't going to ad lib. Let me tell y'all how consciousness works. Let me tell you. I'm sitting in my father's living room with my brother. I'm the youngest of 3. I have an older brother, older sister, and then it's me. So me, my brother, and my father were sitting in the living room. I had a conversation with my brother earlier. He was visiting me in Atlanta before we went to North Carolina about us being raised poor. My brother says, I don't remember that. I said, well, I do. So then we bring it to my father. My father says, what are you talking about? We weren't raised poor. And so then my dad begins to tell me how My grandfather was such an entrepreneur that he sold moonshine to the military people in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and they were the first black family to own a home in the white neighborhood, and that home is still in the family now. Now, I know that home is still with the family now, but I didn't know how much wealth was connected because for whatever reason, something misfired in my head and made the Hill family, including my immediate family, poor. Perhaps what you're thinking, seeing, and feeling isn't the truth about you, but you haven't up until now been challenged to inspect your consciousness. I'll give you one more story. We're in Bible study one time, and everybody's sharing their war stories about being raised in poverty. I raised my hand and told my story sincerely, and the church laughed at me because they thought there should be more to the story. Because in my mind, something misfired. So I am aware that I am still battling this streak of poverty as a six-figure earner living in Midtown Atlanta in a 3-story townhouse, driving a luxury car. Consciousness says poverty. Do y'all see how tricky that is? Do you see how much the reason why you have to have eyes and you have to be intent on growing? Because you will fool you. And that's my story. Do me a favor. There's 7 people watching on YouTube, but I have 2 likes. Do me a favor and like the video, y'all. I would appreciate it. All right? So don't watch things. Don't participate in things. I don't have this on it. Oh, yeah, I do. Who you are hanging around. Some of you guys are going to have to change who you're hanging around, because that particular group, they are not bad people, but they are causing withdrawals. They're taking away. You spend the time meditating and thinking, and then you go around a group of people. Now, why are you around that group of people? Because like attracts like. But now here you are on a change journey. And there ain't been no negative words. Nobody hurt your feelings. But you might have to just create a little space. Remember what we talked about the blueprint last week? How you have to empty yourself out to focus on your blueprint? This is not about burning bridges. This is not about boycotting TV shows. This is about silencing all of the external voices that are loud because you've given those voices permission to be loud in your ears, in your head, so that you can focus on the blueprint. Yikes. So I am going to be so intent-filled with my growth journey that in moments where I am not having to think, I'm just sort of idle-minded, I'm going to start focusing on repeating mantras over and over in my head, like I did today. I am planted in good ground. I am planted in good ground. I am planted. Now, let me tell you where that came from. I was assigned to work with this particular lady that they said was, for some reason, I don't want to say the bad word today. Did I say bad word? Why did I feel like I went back to my childhood? Bitch. They called her a bitch. And they were like, so you might have to just be careful. So I went down there. I sat down. She looks at me and she says, I'm so glad you're here. I need a peaceful, calm energy around me. I'm like, girl, you don't know me. I don't know you. And then the other lady came to me today. There was 2 ladies down there. She says, you really need to be around here more often because you carry a presence. Now, What that said to me was, I'm in good ground. Because remember, you are able to be your best self. You are able to shine effortlessly. You are able to exude an energy that says, I'm that, I'm him. When you are in good ground. So getting those compliments when all I am doing is being quiet and minding my business, because that's normally what I do in unfamiliar places, let me know I chose the right space. Y'all get what I'm saying? You're very welcome, Singing Queen. So the internal dialogue, sass mouth yourself. What is you thinking about? How is you sitting here looking down on yourself as good as you look? What's wrong with you? Every time there is a thought, y'all, and do me a favor, y'all, like the video for me. I would really appreciate it. There's 7 of y'all on and only 2 likes. Make sure you like this video for me if you can. I know some of you guys are watching on your gaming consoles, and I understand that. There was a thought I used to have consistently, just over. It would be random, and it would be an intrusive thought. And I got in the habit of talking back to that intrusive thought, to one day I realized, I said, I haven't had that thought in a while. Because I stopped allowing myself to believe that about me. Soul deposits, soul deposits, soul deposits. Speaking out of the mouth, what I'm saying. There are certain jokes I can't joke about right now. And I love to joke. And you'll know it, you'll feel it. What am I watching? I really wish I could keep it real with y'all, but I can't. Who am I hanging around? All of these things matter. Start treating yourself like precious gold. Start treating yourself like how can I say? Let me see, what could I use for me? You know, when you get a new clothing, something new, and how the old shirt, you just throw it off and lay it, just let, I don't care, be on the floor or whatever. But when it's new, you make sure you hang it up right, and and make sure it don't get wrinkled, and you don't even want to wash it because you want to keep that crispiness. That is how we should be treating ourselves. All right. So this is about, again, soul deposits. What are you depositing and what are you withdrawing? All right. So what we want to do, again, in closing is this. We want to make sure at the end of the day that you have deposited more than you have withdrawn. Who is responsible for the balance of your soul, whether it's in the red or the black? We are. I am responsible for the balance of my soul. If I wake up tomorrow morning, I get midday, and I feel empty, and I feel drained, and I feel depleted, it's my fault. If I realize, when I do soul inspection throughout the day, I'm feeling present and connected, and that has nothing to do with emotions. You just know inside that you're connected and you're healthy. Your responsibility. Let me give y'all a hack real quick, and then I'm done. I've been doing this for a while now. I don't do it often, but I do it enough. I'm telling y'all, this here works wonders. This one, I'm gonna play it. Watch this. I don't like that. I don't like the repeat ones. Hold on, let me find another one. I'm gonna share with this with y'all. I listen to these at night. Oh, this is a 3-hour one. Just listen to this.
Your mind is a work of art, and one that you can consciously craft.
All right, let me stop before I get a copyright strike. These videos are on YouTube. And what I'll do, I'll put some links to them in the email on tomorrow. They're 8 hours long. And you put them on while you're asleep at night. And they're nothing but affirmations that's speaking to your subconscious while you're asleep. It's literally doing the work. And they have them on entrepreneurship. They have them on love. They have a long list of them. And the ones I played is not the actual brand I use. I'm going to put at least 2 or 3 of them in tomorrow's email. I've never played one of those videos all through my sleep and did not wake up feeling rested. Because the entire time while I'm asleep, I'm just depositing affirmations in my my psyche. All right? Unless I'm confused, I'm still seeing the same amount of views and the same amount of likes. Now, I ain't gonna fuss. Let me refresh my screen. Yep, same. Shame on y'all. Shame. Anyways, thanks so much for watching the V. Terrell Hill Show. Listen, I talked about the email. If you want to be get that. Hold on, I don't need that. If you want to get that email with the YouTube links in it tomorrow, click the link, and you're not a part of my email community. Click the link in the video description box of Facebook and YouTube. Put your name and email address. Now, I need you to do me a favor, because if you want this email tomorrow, you need to follow these instructions to a T. Once you sign up, wait about 2 minutes and look in your email inbox. Check your main box and check your spam, okay? If the emails is in spam, first of all, take it out of spam, and then 2, respond. 1 email is a regular welcome email. The second email is literally an email opting you into the email community, because this is a double opt. So if you do that, you will get the emails tomorrow with the YouTube links. I live by them. I 100% live by those YouTube videos, and let me tell you, they do wonders. Especially if you had a bad day and you just really just over it. It's like, I'm just trying to and you have a hard time sleeping, because I've done that as well. I've had a hard time sleeping, so I'll cut that on and focus on that. Before you know it, I'm out like a light bulb. All right. What else? Free consultations. If you have not had a consultation with me and you want one for free, email me at info@vterrellhill.com. Put in the subject line free consultation. I'll send you a link. You set the appointment, and for 30 minutes through video conference call, I tell you what, your life will be changed. People are signing up. Today is Monday, right? Yeah, I got some lined up yesterday, tomorrow, the next day. So go ahead and do that before we get booked out. If you've already had a consultation with me, then do yourself a favor and book another one, and you know how to do that. If you don't, email me. All right? Prepare for June, y'all. Again, I'm working. I believe I found the text campaign that I'll be using to let you guys know when I go live. It is my desire, I got to make sure it works, to put the YouTube link in that text. So all you have to do is just click it and pop right up, all right? I am looking forward to growing with you guys. I'm looking forward to experiencing the journey. One of our community members had a birthday today. I just happened to know him personally. So I FaceTimed him, and he had taken himself out for his birthday. And he said to me, he calls me VH. He said, VH, I was going to sit at the house. I'm smiling talking about it. This kind of stuff makes me feel so good. And I normally suck on my birthday, but to sulk. But today I decided to celebrate myself, listening to the teachings about consciousness and da. And even though I called him just as a friend, because that's what friends do, man, I tell you what, it just, and so I am looking forward to us growing together. All right. Until tomorrow, I'm not even going to say the time because I'm liable to mess it up. Y'all be blessed. All right. Bye.